Welcome back, Tribe. This is crazy. Apparently, Piers Morgan is found out to be a supreme level cuck that we could have never expected. Had no idea. But in the post-apocalyptic aftermath of his failed interview with Nick Fuentes, they started doing some digging on his past because he went and attacked Nick Fuentes' dad and brought him up, which he's not a public person. So people started finding out real cringy stuff about Piers. So Piers pressed Nick for not having sex while his wife literally takes vacations from him to have sex with other men. Unreal. Piers Morgan's wife, Celia Walden, took breaks from marriage, 6-week sabbatical. She was getting pumped by other dudes. Then she has photos like this, and it says, one thing led to another, and oops, in bed with Rupert. That's her Instagram story, and people screenshotted that. Dude, the amount of stuff that they were able to find is honestly, it's so shocking. And then it goes further. People are just some of Piers Morgan's wife's Instagram posts. You know each other so well, but I do think somehow there's a smidgen of love somewhere. You wouldn't have married him otherwise. And he's not likely to have any affair, nor you. Somebody was asking her that, and she said probably a smidgen. Then she posts this dude. This is literally on her Instagram account, and it says, when husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Hollywood life, Hawaiian tropic. Oh my, everyday sexism. What the hell, bro? So that's another man, obviously not Piers Morgan. Look at this. Lenny Kravitz. Reading Lenny's brilliant memoir and thinking back to the sunny days in Paris. He'd taken a 3-year vow of abstinence at the time. Shame. Oh my Lord. Pool boy wanted, no experience. Like, this is, you thought Akash was bad. Oh my God. So to recap, right? The post I'm just scrolling naturally through all of this. So to recap, Piers Morgan doesn't have a father. He was raised by his stepdad. He took his wife's name. His wife forces him to do stuff and post it online to humiliate him. He cheats on him, or she cheats on him. And then they put with black guys. Oh, man. And look at all this. Piers Morgan wife, something trousers. It says, speaking on Good Morning Britain in May 2018, she also responded to the question whether she wore the trousers in their relationship, saying, yes, I think so. I think women are always quietly in charge. Oh, my Lord. Piers Morgan's wife, Celia, fights to have male friends as talk TV star doesn't like it. Oh, my Lord. So he's insecure about her having other dudes around, but then also has to be cucked out of his mind because she gets to smash other dudes outside the relationship anyways. Humiliates him. Look at this humiliating ass picture right here. He's you're worth reportedly $100 million, or if not more, just on the valuation of your companies. Your wife has got you in humiliation rituals, vacuuming who the vacuums their own home when you're worth so many millions that you hire help to do it. Is she still got him on the humiliation ritual of, I do girly duties at home. Look how progressive I am. The at-home father has a lot of time to train and get fit, and even posted a snap of himself vacuuming the house after his shock GMB exit. Oh my God. Oh my. Piers Morgan reveals his wife Celia Walden has forgotten their anniversary 9 years in a row. Piers Morgan's wife gives hilarious glimpse into marriage and reveals when she has to slap him. What? She has a video. Is that on YouTube? Why I took a marriage sabbatical from Piers Morgan? Hold on, bro.
Style exchange.
Oh, it's still up.
And Celia joins us now.
I were married to Piers Morgan, it would make it a very, very long sabbatical. If
what?
Of course,
we're starting strong in the first 30 seconds. Are you kidding me?
Predictable Twitter responses to my piece about sabbaticals. saying, well, if I were married to Piers Morgan, it would make it a very, very long sabbatical. But he enjoyed it too. It wasn't just me.
Well,
We both. It was very good for both of us, and we
during lockdown
over the summer. And to be fair, it was sort of work necessitated.
You've missed as opposed to focusing on the wrong position in the first.
But so you've got lots of therapists actually advocating this for people who are bored of each other or whatever.
Oh my Lord, bro. Oh my God. Why do men, especially boomers, give marriage and relationship advice when they're getting cucked out of their mind? This crazy shit has to stop. And then they're... Oh my God. The more you dig into Piers Morgan's wife, the worse it gets. Jelly shots, latex, and laughter. My night with Hugh Hefner. Celia Walden. Oh, what are you doing? All we did was remind Piers Morgan that his first wife left him for a younger man and his current wife publicly humiliates him. Jeez, dude, he's getting eviscerated right now. Now they're doing the per capita thing. He put the pink feminist hat on him. This is a perfect example of the hypocrisy of the internet, the hypocrisy of the boomer class. I don't even know what to call it. These people that are lecturing you about marriage, children, life, kids, society are living the most cucked out of their mind lives that they could possibly live. It's almost like the crab trying to drag you down to its level of misery. Who in their right mind as a man would look at this, what we just read, and go, that sounds good. I want some of that. I would also like to be married in the same exact situation that Piers is in. Zero. And I saw, dude, they had crazy pictures of him and his kids. I don't even know if that pops up here. 6. Jeez Louise. The greatest part of the Nick Fuentes versus Piers Morgan interview is 24 hours later. After a stupid comment about sex, Piers is exposed as a cuck and his wife is a whore. Holy shit, bro. Can you imagine if she had a podcast like Chicken Curry? Can you imagine? If she had a podcast and just the venomous shit that she would be spewing out into the ether. Oh my Lord, bro. Relishing in the attention. Relishing in it. According to Grok, Piers Morgan is a confirmed cuck. Yes, in the internet slang term, sense of the term, Piers Morgan is widely regarded as a textbook cuck. Reasons this label sticks to him like glue. Literal level. His first wife, Marianne Shallow, married from 91 to 2008, left him and later married a much younger man. Piers has openly talked about how devastating the divorce was, which fuels the meme. Oh my God. 2, figuratively, political. He spent years aggressively defending Meghan Markle on Good Morning Britain, even after she ghosted him. He claims they were texting as friends. Then she cut contact once she got with Harry. He then flipped into full obsession, hatred mode when she betrayed him. What is that? Okay, which the internet interpreted as the ultimate beta cuck behavior, simping hard for a woman who then publicly humiliates you. Second point, constantly platforming feminist and progressive talking points while getting rhetorically destroyed on his own show. Example, the infamous 2021 walk-off after the Weatherfield and Markle debate cemented his image of him as someone who invites his own something domination, something like that. Oh my God, they got AIs labeling you a cuck. Holy shit, he lives in the cuck chair. There it is. And they have evidence after evidence, piles of proof, absolutely getting wrecked all over. Oh my God, a married woman acting. It is such a detriment for men to have women on the internet that they're married to. No good can possibly come from it unless she's literally going on camera to just say, my marriage is great. My husband takes the lead on the public side. If you have anything to say, ask my husband. I'm happy and I'm so grateful for him. If she does even an inch more than that, you're done. You're done. This is, again, we're getting example after example of, dude, marriage to modern women is assured destruction for any man. Cucked out of your mind. This, how we have been blessed with the cuckening, because we got one with Akash. We got one now with Piers. Who's next in the cuckening? right? What other major figure that is pushing the notion of marriage today to modern women, marriage today in a modern system, the happy wife, happy life? Is like Tucker Carlson the next victim of the cuckolding? I'm just curious here. Who else on major platforms that's advocating for this shit with the boomer rhetoric is going to be the next up in the cuckolding? And what does this do for society as a whole? We're starting to see the massive delineation between what women bring to the table and what men bring to the table, and women's view on relationships, marriage, and children, and men's. And it is completely forked into different directions. Men are saying, the statistics show that men are getting more conservative, but they've remained pretty flat. The last video we did, I perfectly described to everybody, and it got censored by YouTube. The last video before this one, go watch it if you haven't. It's a heater, right? Explain exactly what's going on with society today and how we've ended up in such a feminized culture, a feminized democracy, and we're teetering on, you guessed it, authoritarianism with a feminine color palette. That's it. So men are staying the same. Women have been propagandized to be ultra-liberal, men-hating. Toxic femininity should be the topic that is discussed in society today. How is this not considered toxic femininity? Undermining your husband, destroying his reputation, openly stepping out of your marriage. You're cucking him in front of the world. Humiliation rituals. It's okay in a society today, a feminized society, to humiliate your husband publicly. These are powerful men with a lot of money. Do you understand? What is a woman capable of doing to an average man who doesn't have the financial backing, the wealth to survive some shit like this? What happens to a normal guy who loses his assets? A normal man who the state comes down on when his woman is bored and wants to step out of a marriage. This is exactly the example that men use, along with Akash and all the other simps that have gotten wrecked in the same exact fashion. Do not date these kinds of women. Why does the red pill exist? Why are men talking about marriage and children so much, and how wrong society has become, and how degenerate and deplorable everything is? How hypersexualized it is, how destroyed women have become, how masculine they've made themselves. Think about it. You're witnessing it right here. This is an example of why men step out of the system, retreat. Either they go overseas and do the passport stuff in a completely traditional culture to get away and at least have some semblance of the traditional life where you're a man and a head of the household, which is what we all want. Or you step out of the game completely and just either play the field or turn into like a recluse, retract yourself from women altogether and just live your life, get a couple dogs, get some trinkets like boats, get some other toys, four-wheelers, and bro, you're living happy by yourself, earning cheese. And if you're blessed enough with looks and personality, you're just smashing chicks left and right, and they give it out to you without asking for anything in return, because hypersexualization reigns supreme, because a woman not valuing her body is somehow seen as a strength, because sleeping with a guy early, and a lot of them, is somehow a girl winning and giving men a taste of their own medicine. We live in an inverted world, and we're headed for destruction. I have a theory about where we're going. If you guys are interested, because I won't make this video too long. It blew me away that the cuckolding is exploding before our very eyes. I have a theory that National Socialism is making a comeback. And before you make a face and wince, think about this. On the left side, the Democrats, the grassroots are socialists. Socialists, they call themselves socialist progressive, socialist Democrat, it doesn't matter. Socialist. They want something that helps the people. They want the state to help people. They don't want the state to have corporations or foreign national parties or influence in mind, anything of the nature. The state exists to help the natives, the people which voted them in, right? So think welfare state, think like healthcare that's free, universal, affordable, and it works. Education, you shouldn't be drowning in debt at college, right? Anything helping you get placed for jobs, all that stuff. So that's socialism, right? And on the right side, we have nationalism that is now growing. Democrats just voted in Mamdani in New York. He is a socialist Democrat. He is against the system, the traditional Democrats. Republicans try to vote in Donald Trump. He was the first bit of this bubbling outside of the teapot. He was a populist, right? A populist conservative, but really he's not the guy. He's not who we need. But regardless, he is a symptom. So conservatives are looking for their nationalist leader, and Trump represented nationalist views. America First is a nationalist slogan. We put Americans first, no immigrants, close the borders. Everything that the government does will be with Americans first in mind. That is a nationalist movement. Where we're headed as these two continue to converge, or they're converging slowly, but for now they're splitting apart before the rubber band pushes them together. Socialists will become more emboldened because their policies, capitalism has failed. They will see that their policies is what they think how society should be run. Nationalists will see that their policies is how society should be run because capitalism has failed, liberal democracy has failed, and we need a America First nation, and we need a government that serves the people only. There will be one day, if America keeps going down the drain just like this, hear me out, it won't be Weimar conditions, but it'll be a modern version of some form of Weimar, where we're living in a two-party system that doesn't work. They serve outside interests, not the people. Capitalism has failed the average man. We're all poor. We can't afford nothing. We are further divided along all these other victim box lines with a type of hypocrisy where if you commit a crime, depending on your skin color, we look away. But if you do something and you're white, we're going to blast you on the media. So there is hypocrisy openly being displayed by society. People are getting special or preferential treatment like DEI based on what's in between your legs or the color of your skin. Society sees that this is not merit-based or fair. This is just propping up an ideology that does not serve anybody. Okay, one day in the future, society is going to get so much worse. Maybe the AI that's coming down the pipeline will be the catalyst for this convergence. You take socialists, and they have their points that are half-truths that even those on the right will agree with. For example, the government should be taking care of its people. The government shouldn't be second to corporations. The government should be looking out for your health and your education because healthy population is strong for national security. A smart population is strong for national security. So there are certain half-truths in socialism that nationalists agree with. And then on the nationalist side, we need closed borders and we need to put Americans first. Putting Americans first is a good idea to socialists. Having strong borders and a national identity, actually, socialists agree with that too, believe it or not. I'm not talking about the progressive liberals. I'm talking about socialists. Nationalists want a strong government that could enforce policy. So do socialists. Now, the rubber band will come back as conditions worsen. And sometime soon, we may get a leader, if he is born and if he exists or the time is right or whatever it is, that will light that fuse, that will merge the socialists on the left with the nationalists on the right. And now you have your modern day NatSoc. I've been thinking about this for a while now. It just seems like we're currently separating, bubbling up, and each side is getting strength. And you can see it with the Republican Party being torn apart because they're not actually America First, not actually nationalist. They're still upholden to foreign interests, namely Israel and the donor class, aka billionaires, which is the capitalist system that has failed the average person right now. Continues to fail it because you can't have kids, you can't afford a house, you can't do anything. So one day in the future, we can get into this in depth if you guys want. I'll stop it here before I keep rambling on. But I think in the near future, there will come an apex, a moment when those merge by one strong person that's able to get the majority of the left and the majority of the right together by combining their ideas and seeing that they both want the same thing. And that is when the magic happens. Just a theory. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Take care of yourselves. Shout outs to everybody that tunes in all the time, everybody in the private community. We're getting censored on YouTube like crazy. Check me out over on Rumble as well. Links are in the description below. This video will have some words censored. If you get tired of the censorship and you want the uncensored version, just go to Rumble. Otherwise, keep tuning in on YouTube. Most likely, half the videos are going to get age restricted because the F word is big, bad, or saying whatever else, or talking about anything else in a truthful manner gets you suppressed. So take care, everybody.